They said it felt like, you know how you have the wavy heat off the asphalt?
Yeah.
Everything looked like that when this thing was landed. So they said, and there was not a lot of sound. So it's as if they were in another...
Like a pocket.
In like a pocket of something. Who knows, right? But they saw that. They experienced that, right? And then they saw... And then because, you know when something's wavy because of the heat, you don't see things properly because it's all distorted, right? So they're seeing this distortion. So they would see the beings really far away, and then suddenly the beings are really close. So they're like, is it the distortion that we didn't see properly? Like, you're also talking to children who are not experts, you know, analyzing, and they're not expecting this to happen. So they're just giving you their perspective. But these creatures were very far away, and they came very close really fast. And eventually, Liesl and Emily were side by side, and the creatures were literally an arm length away. So they saw them, and as Emily would say, they were 4K. Like, it was full. It was daylight, 10:15 in the morning, and there's two of them right in front of her. And she says they were real. She says, even Liesl says they had like this. Liesl says they were wearing a black outfit. Emily remembers it being their skin. They were kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So maybe you're freaking out, you know, because you don't know what the hell is in front of me. This big head, big black eyes staring at you.
Is it possible that it's a helmet?
I don't know.
Because like if you saw, you know, like the Spider-Man movie.
Yeah,
if you never met Spider-Man and you saw that, you'd be like, that's a creature.
I 100% will always be open to every possibility, because I have yet to meet one person who has literally fucked around with a real alien, touching them, you know.
Yeah.
I never. So a lot of people who've seen them have been, you know, abducted by them or have experienced it. I've never met. Bob Lazar worked on equipment.
He never saw an alien.
But he never saw an alien. So I've never met anybody who was like, yeah, I was the guy doing the autopsy on this thing. And so I don't know. Everything's possible.
Because he told me about a theory that it's not, he doesn't know, but one of the theories is that this is us from the future.
Yeah.
Coming back to warn us.
Yeah. It's possible.
But is time travel even? I told Bob Lazar said it is possible, but I don't see how it's possible. That's something that I love. It's my favorite sci-fi.
Me too.
Is time travel.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
But I can't see how it's possible.
I mean, I think it's also the reason why Bob really was agreeing. You know, in our film, there's going to be a scene where Bob is in the DeLorean from Back to the Future. You saw that,
yeah?
Because I'm a big, you know, time traveler fan, and I always think, the one thing I found to be like really interesting is that if it's true, this technology that they have, or the one that he worked on, is a manipulation of gravity. It's a simple, this machine was able to generate its own gravity field, gravity environment.
Because we're only finding out now that what we were trying to describe gravity as, what we thought we knew, we might not understand.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we're still trying to figure out gravity.
But the way it's taught in schools is that it's we know what it is, but that's not true.
No, it's not true.
When I was young in school, that's what they told me.
No.
Yeah. Like it's the mass, the planet, and then now we're starting to figure out like,
we know the effects of gravity.
Yes, exactly.
We know the effects of gravity. We don't know what causes gravity. People, you know, they could say, oh, it's mass creates gravity. Yeah, but still, we still don't have a definitive answer, or, you know, the government is not telling us. If they know, they're not telling us all the definitive answer.
Maybe because there could be some kind of gravitational manipulation.